My name is Dr. Tarab Rai, and if you're watching this presentation, you're probably looking to get some information about how to take care of your teeth. So here I am. My mission in general in life is, hey, it's good to be a dentist, it's good to make money, but why not help people in the way that healthcare is not helping most people? So I want to teach you a little bit about your mouth, because frankly, without knowing that stuff, you may spend a lot of time at a dentist without really learning what you're supposed to do. Doctors in general, doctor in Latin means teacher. So here you go. So in our mouth, we have 32 teeth as we are adults. Ideally, some of you may be missing teeth. Some of your relatives obviously may have been missing teeth. And you may have been taught in your life that you may miss your teeth. For those of you that intend to keep your teeth, there are 32 of them. On the upper right, which is left looking to you, on my upper right is number 1. If you hear a dentist ever talk about teeth numbers in general, 1 to 16. Number 1 and 16 are your third molars, your wisdom teeth. So 1 through 16. So if you point to your upper right, that's number 1. You go down to your over here 16, you go down, you get 17 to 32, okay? These teeth, they're all different. Each of them is an organ. They contain tremendous amounts of information for your mouth. Eating a steak versus eating something else, it's a completely different feeling. So here are the basics of a tooth that you need to know. The enamel is the outer layer, the protective shield layer of your tooth. You do not want anything to get through your enamel, because then you will start feeling pain. And that is this layer right here. This is called dentin. Dentin starts becoming a lot more painful when the cavities start getting in here. The pulp chamber is where we get all of our sensation, hot and cold, where we get the peripheral sensations of, say, eating something hard or cold or soft. You get from all these periodontal ligaments that are all along our teeth right here. These are the gums. We call them the gingiva. Down here is a little bit different structure. Below the bone level is the cementum. So when you get a little bit of recession down here from, say, bone disease, you may end up getting a lot of sensitivity because basically your dentin is exposed. Periodontal ligaments are the things that I was talking about earlier, and alveolar bone is the thing that holds all of your teeth in. Keep that bone strong and you will keep your teeth for much, much longer. Now, a lot of people think to themselves, hey, I've been brushing my teeth right. They brush in circles. They brush in circles. And I actually don't have a toothbrush down here, but they brush in circles. And I tell you, my friend, it is not important to brush in circles. It is important to brush the right thing. You may brush every day in the morning, at night. You may brush 3 times a day. It does not matter if you don't know what you are brushing. So we have a bunch of bacteria in our mouth that eat the same food that we eat, and it turns out they want to stay alive, so they hang out in these areas right down here where it's hard for us to brush. It's hard for us to get the little bristles of the brush in, but I tell you, if you clean that area, you will be much, much healthier, because these bacteria, my friend, they break down the food that we eat and they make acid, and that acid necessarily will break down your teeth no matter how much you brush. So this area right here where the hygienist comes with their sharp instruments and they take away the plaque, if you get rid of that stuff before it hardens, you will have a much, much healthier mouth. So I tell you, oh, oh, let's go back some slides. Here we go. Plaque. Aha! Look at that. Effects. So periodontal disease. Some of you may have done a deep cleaning. Perhaps you may have come to the office to do a deep cleaning. And the reason is because this plaque, you didn't remove it well enough, my friend, and it is hardened. And when this plaque hardens, it becomes incredibly more productive, meaning that any type of food that goes into your mouth, this bacteria will break it down and produce acid a lot more effectively. This bacterial film right along this border right here actually tells your gums to move away. It tells your bone to move away. And as your gums and bone move away, you get sensitivity down here, and you have the potential of bacteria getting to your squishy pulp tissue. So plaque needs to be taken away every 48 hours, otherwise it hardens and becomes calculus. That calculus becomes more productive in terms of producing acid, breaks down your bone, and oftentimes your tooth structure. I have a little mouth right here, and as you can see, all of these little teeth have bone around them. They have roots that go. A lot of us think that it's just these little guys that are our teeth. No, that's half the tooth. It's like a tree. The roots of a tree go just as deep as the beautiful things up top. So take care of your roots, take care of the interface between the crown and the root, and you will be much, much healthier and happier. So this is the basics of the process that I've been going over, dental decay process. Bacteria and germs, though they look really scary here, are actually an essential part of our body. As it turns out, we are like a living planet. We have so many different types of bacteria that we rely on in order to make our body function. So I don't want you to think that all bacteria are dangerous. I just want you to be the shepherd of your bacteria. I want you to take away enough bacteria so that you can be healthy. So these bacteria and germs, we put food into our mouth, the good food that we like to drink or eat, and they break it down. They produce this acid. I don't know if you've ever seen that video of a tooth in some Coke. As it turns out, the tooth will just decay automatically because of the acidity. When our acidity is below a certain level, our teeth automatically break down. So your goal is not necessarily to eat all of the healthy foods. Have a healthy relationship with foods. Eat the sugar when you want. Eat the other stuff when you need. But it is very, very important to realize that these bacteria are just going to produce acid regardless whenever food enters the system. So it would behoove you to allow food to enter your system only at certain times of day. A healthy tooth plus acid equals a cavity, right? So this is what I was talking about. The critical pH is a pH of 5.5. Those of you that have not taken chemistry, a pH above 7 is basic, a pH below 7 is acidic. So anytime these bacteria eat this food and produce that acid that is behind this picture, our teeth will necessarily demineralize. So if we do this all day, if we're snacking on nuts, if we're snacking on chips, if we're eating some Skittles occasionally, if we pop in at night and have a little snack, those bacteria are going to be producing acid, and all of that brushing, all of those good habits and hygiene that you've been doing is going to go right down the toilet. My friend, it is a combination of removing the plaque and a combination of having periods of fasting, 4 hours a day. 4-hour chunks of time where you are not eating anything besides water is a phenomenal way to go about if you want to have teeth forever. So hopefully these things inform you well enough. If you're looking for a brushing and flossing video, it will be coming up next. And listen, it's reversible. Our mouth is one of the fastest healing parts of our body. So if you're thinking to yourself, my goodness, I haven't taken care of my mouth, I am here to tell you, you can take care of it now. It's just a matter of forming the right habits. Let me tell you about glands. So a lot of you might be interested in saliva in general, and it turns out that one of the largest glands that we have is actually right back here. It's called the parotid gland, and it squirts out saliva all day. You might think to yourself, oh, saliva sucks. It's annoying. Or some of you might have dry mouth. You might have situations where you smoke a lot or take a lot of medications, and you're like, I wake up in the middle of the night and I need water all the time. Well, it's because these ducts are being affected by the smoking and by the medications. And as it turns out, the saliva is also very protective to our mouth. So when I was talking about that pH of 5.5, our saliva has a buffering capacity. It has the ability to basically make it so that that acidity level is reduced. It has a more basic thing that it squirts out and makes sure that your mouth is nice and healthy and equilibrium. So help your body be healthy. There's some glands down here. There's some glands all the way over here. So if you see your dentist ever palpating your glands, they're trying to make sure you got no stones in there. They're trying to make sure you got no issues in general. And remember, this is a part of your body trying to help itself. So help your body. Anyway, this is Dr. Tarab Rai signing off from Franklin.DentalCare and Dentures, and hopefully this information finds you well and encourages you to go and learn more in life. Actualize your potential catalyst. This world needs you. Take care of yourself.